The Commission will continue to provide peer support, but also peer pressure for sound fiscal policies at national level during these years of good economic times. For this purpose, we will present to the Eurogroup next April a contribution for a very important discussion in the Eurogroup around the midterm budgetary review. This midterm budgetary review that will take place in the Eurogroup in April will enable ministers of the euro area for the first time to determine ex ante the appropriate fiscal policy stance for the whole euro area in 2008, and especially will allow the ministers to commit to ensuring that their national budgetary plans for next year are consistent with these orientations. We have decided to advance these horizontal discussions to April. Usually, these kind of discussions took place in the previous years once at the national level the drafts for the budget for next year had been adopted. This year, the discussion will take place before the budgetary plans are adopted by the governments of the euro area. I hope that this should allow an informed and a frank discussion of national fiscal strategies which can have a real impact in the budgetary process of each member state after the summer. I therefore expect that this year's midterm review of budgetary policies will represent an important step forward in the enforcement of the preventive part of the pact. But the current economic upturn provides a unique opportunity not only to improve the consolidation of the public finances, but to carry out an ambitious reform agenda. As I mentioned before, appropriate fiscal policies must be accompanied by comprehensive structural reforms. The improved economic situation that the euro area is enjoying is clearly linked to the effects of past structural reforms which are starting to produce good results. The current situation should be used to implement further reforms with renewed vigor. The conclusions of the recent European Council have stressed the importance of an ambitious reform agenda for Europe that strengthens the competitiveness of our economy and reinvigorates growth-enhancing sectors such as research and development and education. The countries in the euro area have an added incentive to undertake integrated structural reforms, namely to strengthen their capacity to adjust to economic shocks in a monetary union. Promising reforms are being undertaken or are planned by euro area member states to increase labour utilization, to increase employment levels, to increase productivity, to boost R&D and innovation, to develop human capital, to increase competition, and to further improve regulation. Last December, when the Commission assessed the progress of the implementation of the Lisbon Agenda, we have included in our assessment a specific section on the euro area. In that section, we have concluded that the action for all European countries is needed most urgently in policy areas that would improve the functioning of the economic and monetary union and contribute to address unsustainable persistent divergences in inflation, competitiveness and growth inside the euro area. In particular, 4 recommendations were formulated and had been endorsed by the European Council. The first is that member states of the euro area should make use of the favourable cyclical conditions to undertake ambitious budgetary consolidation strategies. I had referred to this. The second recommendation regards the quality of public finances, says that the quality of public finances should be improved, revising public expenditures and revenues in order to enhance productivity and innovation. Third recommendation, the euro area member states should strive for more competition, especially in services. There is also scope for more integration and competition in financial retail services.